Season 4, Episode 9 of PWS is upon us, folks. We have the semifinals in the tag team tournament, another Tornado tag team matchup. It is going to be Cartoonz and Wildcat taking on David Studio and Joe Hendry. Now, this is going to be an interesting contest here. How are David Studio and Joe Hendry going to perform against Cartoonz and Wildcat? We know these two here are absolute monsters in that ring. We saw what they did to counter to use. It was just completely brutal. But at the same time, I feel like David Studio and Joe Hendry, the hitmakers here, might have a bit of a chance because this matchup is, of course, taking place under Tornado Tag rules. So Cartoonz and Wildcat aren't just going to be able to control one person. They're going to have to actively work really hard in this matchup here. So it's really going to test them. It's really going to push them to their limits here. And, I mean, you know, who would have thought, though, like, David Studio and Joe Hendry, I don't think many people would have thought that these two would have been a good tag team. But here we are, folks. I mean, they're one of the most hyped up tag teams on PWS here. And it shows. I mean, they have amazing crowd reception, and they could become the tag team champion. That would be something else. Of course, you know, it's all gonna depend, though. They gotta get through Cartoonz and Wildcat, and that is not gonna be an easy task, right? Regardless of who you are, it's just not an easy task. So we're gonna see how well they do here. You know, Joe Hendry, obviously, you know, I mean, TNA guy, WWE guy, he's here on PWS. It's something special. David Studio, we already know everything about him. Quick, strong, athletic, very resilient, kind of crazy too. Kind of crazy, if I'm being 100% honest. I mean, we've seen him do some insane stuff so far. And these two are ready to go. This matchup is underway, and Cartoonz already and David Studio already. Jeez, and the match is going to be really hard to call. But David Studio and Joe Hendry so far have the advantage, as we saw that there. Oh, Wildcat standing switch. And Wildcat takes Joe Hendry down. And David Studio focusing on Cartoonz right now. Already, I think Joe Hendry and David Studio are already off to a better start than Color to Use were. And now, what is David Studio going to do here? He's hoisting up Wildcat. And Joe Hendry is just going fist and fire here on Cartoonz. Wildcat is dropped into the turnbuckle right there. Now he's going to try to fight out of it here. And look at Cartoonz with a roll up there. Big shoulder tackle for Cartoonz. From Wildcat to David Studio, I should say. Wildcat with ground and pound. Cartoonz and Wildcat right now seem to have the advantage as Joe Hendry's getting stomach stomped in there. And now Wildcat, big knee to the skull right there. And there's that drop kick there. And but David Studio is fighting back. Oh, ducks the drop kick from Cartoonz. And now Cartoonz is in trouble here. He's getting double teamed right now. Joe Hendry is going to go out there with Wildcat as he hit a neck breaker. David Studio, there's that flying corkscrew elbow shot right there. But Cartoonz fought back with a kick to the skull, as we saw there. And no, Joe Hendry and Wildcat taking it. Wildcat gets taken down. Oh, throat chop. No. Now Cartoonz whipping David Studio into the corner now. Loading with chop. Joe Hendry takes out Wildcat by throwing him head first into the turnbuckle there. Cartoonz does seem that he's got a weapon right now. Trying to swing at Joe Hendry, misses. David Studio trying to come in from behind, but he gets a kendo stick to the skull for his troubles, and there's a sling blade. But Joe Hendry, I mean, he's having absolutely no issues with Wildcat right now. And now Joe Hendry's on the top rope. What is going to happen there? David Studio. There it is, a gut-wrench sit-out powerbomb. And I think Joe Hendry there managed to leap off the top rope. As, almost got a 3 count right there. I mean, Cartoonz and Wildcat right now, we can see they're struggling here. Cartoonz and Wildcat, I don't think they're used to this type of action, you know. They're not used to the fact that they can't control this match right now. And maybe if it was a normal tag match, you know, they might have been probably dominating again, but who knows. And now Wildcat is just trapping Joe Hendry with a chin lock and unloading now with shots to the skull. And now David Studio, though, he was stalking him, getting a roll up there. Cartoonz is going to be there, and Cartoonz is grabbing him by the wrist, stomping away, drills a forearm into his skull, and it's just like, try again, I dare you. Now Wildcat blocking. He's got the knee drilled into the back. Got a chin lock there, but David Studio gets out of it. Cartoonz is destroying tables. He's doing that right now, so... Or David Studio, what is he going to do? Had something there, but no. Now, Hendry gets the chair out of the hands of Cartoonz. Wildcat's got David Studio up. Looking to drape him. Yes, drapes him right across. Ropes there, going for the cover. Joe Hendry's having the time of his life, and he smacks Cartoonz in the skull. Now Joe Hendry's got Wildcat right now. Oh, Cartoonz is fighting back. And Joe Hendry with shoulders to the gut in the corner there. And David Studio, there's that corkscrew elbow again. Now Wildcat with a fence press on Joe Hendry. These two teams just going completely at it. There's a springboard dropkick right there. Wildcat, wild by name and wild by nature right there, as we saw. Oh, but David Studio fighting back right now. Cartoonz seems to be struggling a bit now. And now Wildcat with a sleeper slam right there. Joe Hendry. And now David Studio fights out of the corner again, and Cartoonz having a really hard time mounting any sort of offense right now. Oh, and Joe Hendry, he's taking care of Wildcat right now. And Joe Hendry saying, it's over. As Joe Hendry, big clothesline into the corner on Wildcat. Oh, what's Joe Hendry gonna look for here? Got a headlock locked in and a big shot straight to the forehead right there. And now David Studio broke a kendo stick over his shoulder. I mean, that is just something else now. Joe Hendry looks like he's gonna take care of Wildcat on the outside right there. And there's a flying splash right there from David Studio to Cartoonz. And now there's a big falling powerbomb to Wildcat on the outside, and Cartoonz just barely manages to get the shoulder up right there. David Studio has full control over this match, as it seems. And there it is. There's that Impaler DDT right there. Joe Hendry taking a little too much time to admire his work, allowing Wildcat to save the day for his partner there. Joe Hendry, there it is, in a reverse suplex right there. But Cartoonz is still getting absolutely manhandled by David Studio right now. And Joe Hendry, he's got an ankle lock locked in on Wildcat right now. And now David Studio is on the top rope. What is he doing here? He's looking for a dive, and oh my god, David Studio, I mean... He got a little overzealous there. He completely missed his shot. Allowing Cartoonz to fight back, as Wildcat just got a steel chair right into the chest right there. That's gotta really hurt. And now Cartoonz, what is he gonna do here? There's a snake eyes off the rope again to Joe Hendry, but David Studio lands him with a nice slam right there. Now unloading with headbutts to the skull right now, and Wildcat is really feeling that chair shot right there. As Joe Hendry trying to stop him over there, but to work. And there's a slingshot splash right there, and there's that crazy offense of David Studio. 1, 2, and oh, he kicks out right there. David Studio's like, really? No, Wildcat didn't get his slam there. There's a reverse DDT from Joe Hendry, and there's a sidewalk slam to Cartoonz. Cartoonz really struggling and on all cylinders here, trying to get his offense in. And there it is, and there's another Impaler DDT. Now Wildcat manages to wrestle that the kendo stick out of Joe Hendry's hand. And now, there's a powerbomb from Wildcat right there. One. Oh my god, actually it's so hard to call as Wildcat stopped the pin there. David Studio, oh my god, leaping to the top rope, twisting it to a crossbody on Wildcat. Insane stuff from David Studio. No, Joe Hendry with a big neck breaker right there. Will that be enough here? Count of 1. Oh, the referee really feeling the hit that Wildcat accidentally gave her there. Now, Cartoonz sent right back into the corner now. David Studio looking for something, but Cartoonz manages to twist it into a nice DDT right there. There's a cutter there from Joe Hendry. Massive cutter. And now, what is he going to do here? Joe Hendry now locks in another ankle lock onto Wildcat. And Wildcat managing to fight out of it. Just barely, though. And Cartoonz coming in now. And it looks like Cartoonz and Wildcat right now, little by little, it looks like they're trying to make some rally offense right now, but Wildcat got absolutely roped on it into the ropes there. Oh, and there's another Impaler DDT. You saw it there. Cartoonz trying to bomb and weave, but it didn't seem to work. 1, 2, and oh my god, Cartoonz still managing to kick out, folks. That's absolutely insane, either way you look at it. Now, what is David Studio gonna do here? He gets the back body drop countered. Cartoonz now. He's got this, and now Cartoonz, not Cartoonz, Wildcat, I mean, bouncing Joe Hendry off the announce table. David Studio looking for a crossbody there, misses, and I think Cartoonz and Wildcat now starting to see the opportunity to rally some offense in. But no, David Studio, you see here, folks, he shuts it down at any opportunity, and there's the Samoan drop. And Joe Hendry got taken down. Cartoonz is against the ropes right now, and David Studio, he's really just wrenching on the arm now. You know, going for shots in the midsection, and Joe Hendry wrestling that kendo stick away. Now, Wildcat was looking for something, but David Studio is fighting out of it. Big super kick right there. There's a butterfly suplex from Joe Hendry to Cartoonz now. Absolutely insane matchup here. Cartoonz with a nice dragon screw right there to Joe Hendry's knee. And another kendo stick being involved, and Wildcat's just getting beaten down. And now Cartoonz looking for the coup de grace, but no. Joe Hendry moves out of his way, and he's got a big slam right there, big waist slam. And you see it right there. Now Wildcat is getting into the ring little by little, and he manages to just save the matchup as he was dispatching of David Studio. Now David Studio back in the ring. And now look at this back suplex, hip up, leg drop right there. Wildcat getting the advantage right now. And there's a slingshot senton right there. And you see now Cartoonz and Wildcat, little by little, they're mounting that offense in now. And you don't want that to happen as Wildcat runs to the other side and gets a massive spine buster off on Joe Hendry. And now more kendo stick shots being used on David Studio right now. Oh my god. David Studio really feeling the effects of those kendo sticks. As Wildcat going into the corner now. David Studio fighting out of the corner. There's a snap there into a nice drop kick right there. Cartoonz has the advantage on Joe Hendry. I mean, Wildcat, he got hit with something, but Cartoonz manages to stop it and right there. Now he Irish whips David Studio into the corner, but David Studio fighting out with everything he's got, just throwing Cartoonz right there. Cartoonz grabbing at his knee. Looks like it hurt a little bit. David Studio, what is he getting? Oh, maybe looking for something, but Joe Hendry's, what is this? And there it is, a nice hip toss right there. Cartoonz. Now, Wildcat shoving David Studio off right now. Got a big clothesline on him, and Cartoonz is being crushed by the steel steps right there. My god, the brutality. Seems everyone's getting back to the ring now. Cartoonz, he's got Joe Hendry up. There it is. There's a gutbuster. Springboard drop kick right there from Wildcat to David Studio. Something here. Wildcat with a massive elbow drop. There's that clothesline that sent Joe Hendry out. Joe Hendry getting straight back up, and he manages to stop the cover. My god. Cartoonz, that drop kick there, sending a bit of whiplash into Joe Hendry. David Studio got jawbreaker countering, stops the pin yet again. Fighting back. David Studio hoists Wildcat up, and there's that impaler DDT. Yet again, 1 and 2, and that is 3. Cartoonz just not able to make the save in time. And the Hitmakers, Joe Hendry and David Studio, with an upset victory here over Cartoonz and Wildcat. I think a lot of people expected Cartoonz and Wildcat to be the finalists and probably even expected them to become the tag team champions. But it seems they were wrong, because David Studio and Joe Hendry showing just why they are the hottest tag team here on PWS. And with that being said, we will catch you all in the first semifinal matchup of the singles tournament in the next episode. So I'll catch you all later.